Good morning, students. Welcome you all in the online class. Dear students, in the previous class, we have studied that there are so many materials present in our surrounding, and the materials are having different properties, and it is very difficult for us to study the property of each and every individual material. So, what we have done, there are so many materials which are having the similar properties. So, we have grouped the materials which are having the similar properties, and this grouping of the materials which are having the similar properties is called as the classification. So we have divided the material into different categories. Firstly, on the basis of the occurrence, the material is divided into two categories. That is, the natural, means the material which are naturally occurring, like we are having the water, air, etc. Similarly, the second category is, that is, a man-made, which is also known as the synthetic or the artificial materials, which are made or the prepared by the human beings. For example, plastic is there, plastic bucket, glass tumbler, etc. Similarly, all the materials are made up of matter. Now, what is matter? Matter is something which has mass and which occupies space, and on the basis of the physical state, this matter is divided into three categories, grouped into three categories, that is solids, liquids, and gases. So, these are the topics which we have discussed in our previous class. Move towards today's topic. Now, today's topics are constitution of matter and properties of matter. Now, in constitution of matter, we will study, that is, how the three states of matter, that is solids, liquids, and gases, are formed. And the matters are having so many properties, but today we will discuss only the first property of matter, that is appearance and feel. Students, you know that is the materials are made up of matter, but the matter is further made up of very small particles, and these small particles are known as atoms or molecules. Dear students, you will study about these atoms or molecules in detail in your higher classes. Students, firstly, let us understand what do you mean by atoms or molecules or the small particles of the matter. For this, you can take take a small piece of sheet and try to tear it as small as you can. And I have teared the page in small pieces. Now you can consider these small pieces as atoms or molecules, which helps to make the matter. So you can compare these bits of paper with the atoms or molecules. Now let us understand the constitution of matter with the help of this model. As we know that is the matter is made up of atoms or molecules. So I have considered here some atoms or molecules in the form of these balls, and here I have suppose we are having three rooms: room 1, room 2, and room 3, and these three rooms are of equal size. But you can see that the number of atoms or molecules in these three rooms of same size are different. Why it is so, and why there is difference in the arrangement, and this arrangement will tell us, that is, whether the matter is a solid, liquid, or gases. Now firstly, just see the solids. In solids, the particles are very tightly packed. They hold the particles hold one another with a strong bond. They will not allow the particle to go away from each other. So here the particles are very tightly packed, and it is in the case of solid. If we move towards the liquids, so in liquids the particles are not tightly packed, so they are a little bit free to move, but they can't go far away, but they can move a little bit. थोड़ा सा वो एक दूसरे से दूर जा सकते हैं, but they can't go far away. But in the third case, there is a large distance between the two particles, that is the particles are very weak hold on one another, and in this case the particles are free to move anywhere. Like when there is recess in the school, the students are free to move anywhere. Similarly, in case of gases, there is no bond, because during recess no one will say anything to you, you can go anywhere. Similarly, in case of gases, as there is no bond between the two particles, that's why the particles are free to move anywhere, they can go anywhere. So we have seen that is there is a difference between the arrangement of the particles. Here the particles are tightly packed, so the particle can't go away from each other. Here the particle can go a little bit away from each other, and here the particles are free to move here and there. Of the arrangement of the particles, as we have seen in the model, that is, in case of solids, the particles are very tightly packed and they are having a strong hold on one another. That's why the particles cannot move freely, they will remain at their place. That's why the solids are having a fixed shape and a definite volume. Let us understand it with the help of an activity. Here I have taken two containers of different shape. Now let us put, I have taken this eraser. Now I have kept this eraser in the first container, so it will occupying some space, it is having some volume, and if I will put it from this container and I will put it in this container, here again the shape of the eraser remains same, it doesn't change. Whereas if we find the volume occupied by this eraser, it will again comes same. That's why the solids are having a fixed shape and a fixed volume. Now why it is so? Because in this case the particles of the eraser are very tightly packed, so they can't move whether it is kept in the first container or it is kept in the second container. We have seen that in case of liquids, the particles are not very tightly packed and the particles are little bit free to move. That's why the particles have a definite volume but do not have a fixed shape. Let us understand it with the help of an activity. Initially, I have taken the water in a bottle, and you can see that is a liquid has taken the shape of this bottle. Now just pour this water in the glass, and you can see that the water, now the liquid is taking the shape of the glass. Now if you will change this liquid in another container, then it will take the shape of that container, but when you will find the volume of all these, that remains the same. So this activity shows that is liquids have a definite volume but not have a fixed shape. Now next is gases. We have seen that is in case of gases, the particles are very far away from one another and they do not have any hold on one another, so the particles in case of gases are free to move. Let us understand it with the help of an activity. Why the gases neither have a fixed shape nor fixed volume. Just there is one activity. I have taken this bottle and there is a smoke inside this bottle, which is a gas. Now try to pour this gas. Try to pour this gas in another container. You can see here that gas is coming out, but it doesn't take the shape of the container. Because why doesn't take the shape of the container? Because the particles of the gas are free to move. That's why it does not take the shape of this container. So this activity shows that is the gases doesn't have a fixed shape as well as a fixed volume. So from the activities which we have done earlier, it is clear that solids have fixed shape and definite volume because the particles are very tightly packed. Liquids, they have a definite volume but doesn't have a fixed shape because there is a small gap between the two particles, and whenever we compress that liquid, then the particle displaces from its position, which can change their shape. And in gases, neither have a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. Now our next topic is properties of matter. Now here we will study the first property, that is related with appearance and feel. Now appearance may be of two types, lustrous or dull. Lustrous means a shining surface, dull in which no shining is there. And feel means whenever we touch something, we are having two types of feelings. One is smooth and second one is rough. Now let us study these two properties with the help of an activity. Students, here I have taken two coins, one of 5 rupees and second one is of 2 rupees. So here you can see that is the 5 rupees coin is not so shiny as the 2 rupee coin. So the appearance of this coin is dull, whereas the appearance of this coin is lustrous. You touch this page, it's smooth. Similarly, if you will touch this, it is also smooth. Now I have taken this brush. If you will touch here, you feel smooth. Even you will touch over here on the bristles of the brush, you will feel it's smooth. But if you will touch over the upper of the bristles of the brush, you feel it is a little bit rough. Now you can see here the difference. Here all the bristles are straight, means there is no ups and downs in the bristles. If we'll touch towards this side, but here it's visible to you all, that is the bristles of this brush, that is the hairs of this brush, are not in a straight line. There are ups and downs in the brushes which may cause the roughness in the brush. So dear students, there are metals generally have a lustrous appearance, and a polished piece of marble is also having smooth feel. Dear students, it's your homework first homework is you have to write the 5 example each of solids, liquids and gases from your surroundings. Similarly, there is one more activity 2, in which you two things are given, that is polished marble, it is smooth, you have to tell whether it is lustrous or dull. Sandpaper, which is rough, you have to tell whether it is lustrous or rough, and you have to write 2 more examples. Thank you.